I want to go over, we had some questions last week. I finished up that whole thing on some of the kosher laws. And what I'm going to do here is go over a few of those questions, all right? And just make some clarifications. Number one, had some folks, more than one, that wrote in about the blood and the fat. Okay, number one, let's just cut to the chase. If God intended that we could eat absolutely no blood at all, and I'm sorry, folks, cooking your steak until the juice runs clear just means that you've thoroughly cooked everything that's in the meat. There's still blood there. Although you can't see it, it's changed colors, it's solidified in some of the veins, the capillaries. It would be impossible to get every single drop of blood out of your favorite T-bone steak. It's just not possible, okay? I made comment, you could try to use some salt, and although that's a great way to prepare a good steak or chicken, by the way, just rub that outside with some salt, put it in the oven, and you'll have an amazing moist roasted chicken just with salt. But the salt's not going to remove all the blood, okay? It's going to help some of the surface bacteria that may be there. It's going to help take care of some of that because of the way salt cleanses and does that, fine. But if God's intent was that we eat no blood at all, he would never allow us to eat meat, period. So that leaves us with a question then. What was this all about? This was about taking the blood at the time of the kill and consuming it. Now, I had a good old-fashioned German grandfather and a friend of his that was a German butcher. And yeah, they would do that. They would take what we call offals, and they would make specialty sausages, blood sausage and head cheese and different things like that I don't particularly care for, but they would eat it. That's what the Father's talking about. Don't eat the blood there. Pour it out. Let its life essence hang it. Do everything you can to extract as much blood as you can, and then let it go. When you're cooking a steak and you get a little bit of red, and I always do because I eat rare and medium rare steak, okay? When you do that, and some of you go, oh no, prophet took, don't worry, settle down, hang on a second. It's not blood all the way. Yes, there is some blood that comes out when you cut it. Case in point, I said, you're not going to get it all out. A lot of that is you're cutting cells, and cells are little Ziploc bags, right? When you think about this on a level where you should be, they're just little Ziploc baggies. And when you cut them, what happens? The juice flows out of the Ziploc bag. Period. That's all that happens. If you cook it until it's shoe leather, all that material's still there. It's just the moisture's cooked away. So, get over it, right? So it's not a problem. Now, on to the fat, real quickly. With the fat, I made a comment about trimming, doing some things like that. But again, brothers and sisters, you're not going to enjoy a brisket or a good T-bone steak or even a pack of hamburger unless it's got some fat in it. The fat moistens, the fat adds flavor. Now, do we need to absolutely trim everything and do, you know what? This is what I do. I don't eat a lot of that fat. I don't eat the tallow from inside the kidneys, but that's me, okay? We don't have the temple here. We're not eating the fat that was going to be offered on the idol, on the altar. So you got to remember that. Put things in context and use a little common sense, and you go a long ways down the road. I know what Brother Judah does. They think that the back end of the steak, where my favorite cuts are, the T-bones, porterhouses, the rump roasts, sirloins, that they sell, they can only have the front quarter. And I don't know where they come up with that, but another halakha that they've done for whatever reason. Nothing to it. I used to laugh at the Hebrew National slogan, no ifs, ands, or buts. And that's what they were alluding to. They only use the front half of the beef to make their hot dogs. Nice sales ploy, but it means nothing at the end of the day. So don't worry about it. When you cook the meat, when you cook this, it just kind of, that meat dissolves and it winds up in the bottom of your pan. You scrape it out and you can use it to cook something else in. It's not bad. Everything in moderation. I can have a beer once in a while, but if I sit here and have a case a day, I've got a problem. Okay? Put it in context and keep it real. All right? So that being said, and hopefully that cleared up some of that for a few of you,